Welcome back, Wolfpack fans, to Tiny Wins. We are interviewing graduate students about the baby steps they take to move forward that aren't earth shattering, resume dropping moments, but keep everything moving with progress, not perfection. And today I have one of my favorites. I'm going to say soon to be doctor because you're getting so close.
Yes.
How close are we now, Anna?
Like a few months.
A few months away. So Anna Bona, soon to be Dr. Anna Bona, I think Dr. Anna sounds good though, is a PhD student in civil and construction and environmental engineering. And we met when you came to a workshop about a year ago to better yourself. And we have kept in touch overall throughout your journey. And that's what we want to dig into today, Anna, is your journey. And sometimes the journey has some rocky roads out there and it can be really challenging. So can you start off, just tell us a little bit about you, what brought you to NC State, and then we'll get into the tiny win.
Sure. So, hi everyone. I came here from Brazil 5 years ago. I always wanted to pursue academia, do some research, and I don't know, just have the feeling of how it is to investigate something. And looking at the website, I just fall in love with earthquake engineering. So is what my PhD is all about, is structures. So making structures more resilient to earthquakes. So it's pretty nice. I really like talking about my research and everything. So yeah, that is what brought me to NC State. It has one of the best earthquake engineering programs here. So
And that's so relevant. I used to live in Southern California, so believe me, not everyone's experienced an earthquake, but it is very scary. And it's wonderful to have people like you on the cutting edge of designing things that will make such an impact on the welfare and safety of people in the world. PhD programs, let's just normalize the fact that they are a struggle. Can you share a little bit about a time when you struggled, when things just seemed very heavy on you?
Sure. So about a year ago, I just came back from vacation in Brazil. I was really happy, but then in a few months, I just realized that I had a lot of things to do, my final year and a half or so. And I don't know if I could name burnout, but I was getting into something really, really bad with anxiety. I always had some anxiety issues, but it was getting really, really bad. And I was going to sleep and waking up thinking about research. I was not having any time to think about anything other than research. And it was getting to a point that was taking a lot of my mental space, So it was really bad.
It sounds like what I've heard of as rumination, where you just keep going over and over it, and sometimes people will catastrophize in their head what's going wrong. And that is so consuming. And like you said, it produces all of those negative emotions because you can't relax, you can't get out of it. But you did.
Yeah.
And, sometimes there's a messy middle while you're in the struggle and you're still in the struggle. But can you describe maybe just a small step, as in the title, Tiny Wins, a little baby step forward that you took that had a big impact on this?
Sure. So it's interesting to think about it, and I hope this friend that I'm gonna mention here is gonna be listening to this podcast. But about a year ago, after during that time that I was having a rough time, I went to a birthday party, and talking to a friend, I was like, oh, I would like to go to the gym more, just, I don't know, just learn how to lift weights or doing anything like that. And she was like, oh, I actually do a class in the gym that is learning how to lift weights and do some cardio. And I was like, oh, that is so nice. She was like, yeah, it's a small classroom. And actually, this next week, they're giving free classes. So, like, bring your friend kind of thing so that they can have an experience and see if they like before joining. And I was like, I think I'm going to go. And then I remembered the exact date of the class that I was thinking, like, I have so many things to do. I don't think I'm going to be able to join. And I was like, no, but let's go. Let's make new friends, or just let's put my brain outside this rumination from research and everything. And I remember that after I left, I was like, wow, for 1 hour, I didn't think about research. I just thought like about lifting heavy weights and just talking to people. And I think that was a shift. And after that, I actually signed up for the classes, and I'm doing that 1 year after. So,
Okay, so you have been going consistently for a
yes.
year, lifting weights, and this is not on campus. You go to an off
No, it
campus?
is. And it's
Okay.
Carmichael Gym. It's called Pack Fit.
I love it. There's so many resources here. And like when you were saying, bring a friend, you're already a student here. So all the students listening, you have access to PackFit.
Yes.
They have some, they used to have F45.
Yeah.
If they have that still, I remember I used to do that till I got hurt. But you know, you gotta work through the injuries. So I'm so proud of you consistently 1 year. And you know, everybody hears this like movement is so important and being around people and community is so important. But what I love about your story is that you had this moment where you were like, I'm going to say no. Like, there's so many other things
Hmm.
to do. Something pushed you to go. And it was, like you said, a shift. It was the turning point for you. What advice would you have for someone that maybe is in that spiral that we just talked about and is canceling everything else because they're like, I'm behind and I can't give any time taking care of myself?
Yeah. So I think it's interesting because we hear a lot from coaches or anyone outside academia, like saying, you need to sleep better, you need to practice exercise. But actually, like hearing from someone that is inside is almost, we don't hear that. And that I feel like is my power. I would say like to I influentiate other friends as well to join. Just going back to doing exercise and everything, because when you see someone from inside that is actually doing also research, taking classes and everything, and also having time for that, you're like, oh, this is not impossible, you know. So I would say that my life completely changed. I know that it sounds like those, I don't know, just make up stories for coaches, but like literally helped me so much. I became happier. I actually became lighter. My anxiety went down. Like I do therapy for 6 years, and she was like, "You changed a lot because just the all the hormones after the physical activity and everything, you're just feeling much better." So I say that I go like consistently every week, but if my mental health is not good in that week, I go more because increases my just overall happiness, and my research actually became better. I became a more productive person, and I feel like it's just a good story to tell everyone about it.
It's so important for everyone to hear this. And I know that you're a case of one person, but you've already proven, like you said, years of therapy. And thank you for normalizing that. That,
Yes, of
yes,
course.
go and talk to people when you are struggling because therapists are trained and they can help you process and they can give you tools. And this is a tool that you know works for you.
Yes.
And you feel better about yourself. What do they say? Endorphins are
Yes.
getting released. And so that's making you more productive overall. So I guess the last question I'll ask Anna is what did you learn about yourself through this whole PhD program? You're on the final home stretch. I know you see the light at the end of the tunnel. And for those people who are just maybe at the beginning and feeling like, oh my gosh, this is just a treadmill. I'm a hamster on a wheel.
So it's interesting because after 5 years, you go a lot of ups and downs. So I had a lot of moments that I was like, this is not for me. This is just for smart people. I'm not one of these genius that deserve a PhD. And here I am about to, like in a few months, to become a doctor. That is actually crazy. And to see that actually I came here and yeah, I'm just proud of myself. And I know that it's hard to say like just keep going forward. I know that the ups and downs are really bad. There was some downs that I was like, no, let's leave. I cannot do this. But I went through all of those ups and downs and just no, just keep moving forward, you know, and you're gonna get your PhD.
One baby step at a time.
Yes.
We can not wait to hear your next chapter of your journey as we wrap up. Would you share a little bit about your goals? Because who knows, maybe there's an employer out there listening.
Goal is to use everything that I learned and everything that I just developed through my PhD into industry. So I would like to shift all the knowledge that I gained from 5 years working with earthquake engineering into the industry and just making, I don't know, just cities and communities more reliable to earthquakes and they don't suffer that much damage. So let's see how what life brings to me.
I love it. Fantastic applicant right here. Everyone that's listening,
Thank
snap this
you.
person up, look you up. We'll put your LinkedIn profile
Okay, perfect.
on the link today. Thanks for being here, Anna.
Thank you so much, Marcy. It was amazing.
Woo, go pack.
Go back.